producer star, Dakota Johnson. Hello, welcome.
Peace.
It's great to see the three of you together. Loving the film, loving to see the three of you all together on screen. I'm sure many in the audience are excited to see your three faces together after watching this wonderful film. Well, and Dakota, when you heard about the project or read the script, is that something that kind of 22-year-old kind of puppy loved? Were you connecting with that with Cooper's character? And did that kind of get you excited about it, or was it more kind of Domino's perspective that really kind of drew you in?
I think the thing that I love so much is Cooper's voice. It's his kind of heart that I'm sort of in puppy love with. Yeah, you're welcome for that. He's the way he studies people, the way he absorbs people, and how he is able to write them is really special. And the relationship between Domino and Andrew, and then the relationship between Domino and Lola, and Andrew and Lola, those things are special and they're not common. And and they're not common on screen, but they are common in life. And it's important that they're on screen.
Awesome.
And then
we had one Zoom.
Yeah, you guys had a Zoom too. Yeah.
We had one Zoom that was the three of us.
Oh, right. Yes. And that was the loveliest. That was one of those Zooms where you're am I crying right now? This is great. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was cool because Vanessa was just asking the most pure questions about what it was like. This was her first movie and she'd never been on a set before, and what it was like what does a day look like? And then she showed up and was totally prepared and felt really comfortable and safe. And I
was asking those same questions. I was like,
Cooper was like,
what does a day look like? Yeah.
I don't know how to do this, but it was so wonderful. And also, like, we all think that each other is so important and special, and it just felt like a very supportive environment.
I'm already looking at some questions from the audience, and it's connected to what we're discussing, but Alejandro's asking about Dakota getting cast and connected to the process. And then Jordan's asking about Vanessa casting. Do you kind of want to talk about, maybe Dakota, do you want to talk first about how you became involved with the project? And then you and Cooper and...
Can we get full names? Is it Alejandro Inarritu?
I don't know. That would be incredible. I'm only getting Alejandro's name. That's what I see right now.
Okay, that's fine. Because I'm going to want to Google these people. The question was
how getting connected to the project, how you
and then casting Vanessa,
and then casting Vanessa.
Yes. So my producing partner Ro had a meeting with Cooper, and then she said you should watch his film Shithouse. I was filming a movie. I was making The Lost Daughter in Greece, and so I watched his movie and then had a meeting with him pretty much the next day. And he said he had this idea of a project called Cha Cha Real Smooth. And it was like a seedling of an idea. And then we said, go do it. Let's make it. We'd love to. He's so special. Like, he's a very unique person. There's nobody like him. And I said this already, but I think his voice and the way he sees the world should be seen by a lot of people. And so he went away and wrote the script for Cha Cha, and then we went back and forth and developed it. I was always going to play Domino. There was a time where he was not going to play Andrew, and I really wanted him to because it's so specific to him. And then we started a search for the roles for Vanessa and Evan's roles.
All the kids, yeah, and Rodrigo for Colton, yeah.
Yeah, and then and that was pretty amazing because there's so many talented people in the world, but nobody is talented as Vanessa.
That's true.
Yeah, and Cooper saw her tape first, obviously, and was like, this person is brilliant, and which she is. So
Yeah. Margot asks, Dakota, you played a young mother both in this movie and The Lost Daughter. What kind of research or inspiration do you draw from on playing a mother?
um
Well, you're two kids. Oh,
he knows that. Cooper. They're hiding in my closet. My best friend is a mother of two kids who are my god babies, and she's a big part of, if I play a mother in a film, it's a lot of watching her be a mom and asking her, questions about what it really feels like deep on the inside. But I don't know, I guess just observing people, and I think that I also grew up with a lot of siblings. I mean, I'm not a mother yet, so I don't have my own experience to draw from, but I have a lot of siblings, and I did raise a lot of them or take care of them in a lot of ways. And yeah, I guess I don't know. I don't really like.
Well, I can say that I
Well,
think you're just so maternal, and I think Dakota's like got this very open heart that a lot of a lot of mothers that I know have, but they have very great boundaries as well. And like, of course, Dakota, or the Domino, the character, is very has a lot of going on, but
she doesn't really have boundaries.
but at the core, there's a line that she has, and I think it's very specific to certain mothers, and like they have this switch. And Dakota is very, very protective in real life, and is very much has that, like, all of a sudden there's a line, and it's very she's very, very maternal. Vanessa and I were talking about that yesterday, actually, how maternal you are. We were just talking about you being a mom. Truly, we were. Yeah, we were.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Question here for Dakota. Andy says, one of my favorite scenes was the Otter Pop conversation. So just wants to know, what was it like to kind of prepare for that conversation? And I guess adding, was there, I guess is the adding, if there was much improv on it, or is that just pure from the script?
Well, that scene, earlier that day, I think we rewrote a lot of it, or like moved things around and
Yes.
tried to simplify it a bit, or like take out a little bit of air. But there was a tiny bit of improv. That scene, I felt like if it went on, we would have just gone on. It was like being lost in a different world. It was so sweet and lovely and very clear and very straightforward and pure. And yeah, I think, we wanted to keep it pretty succinct. That's why we kind of went through earlier in the day and went changed some things, which is amazing, because it's not always possible to work with a scene partner where you can like change things last minute and both be on the same page and be able to deliver the way you would have if you had like loads of time to prepare. But Cooper's brain works that way and my brain works that way. So we'd be like, oh, let's change this entire section and all of these lines, and then be able to do it immediately. And that was so amazing, and it's like a brilliant way to collaborate. But yeah, I loved that scene too. I think we could have done it for days.
Awesome. I mean, speaking of scenes, or Adam here just asked, he just wants to know at each of your favorite scene in the film.
Vanessa?
Oh no, you didn't say yours.
What's Vanessa's?
Yeah. What was yours, Dakota?
I think the ice pop scene.
Yes.
But I also really liked the scene where we came back from our date night and
Yes, Raul. Yeah.
Raul was
So
asking
good.
about your socks. It made me really like die inside every time.
Yeah, it's really hot in here. Yeah. That line from you makes me die.
And then Courtney asks about getting ST Heim on board for the score. It says, really loved it.
So good.
She just texted me actually, and she said, literally, anytime you need me for anything, I'm here. So to be continued. Also, like during COVID, making movies, you just have to reimagine every single thing. So we built sets in this abandoned mall in Pittsburgh. So we had like different areas of the mall that we would just turn into different bar mitzvah or bat mitzvah parties. And then we would shoot like a small area with loads of people in it, and then shoot another area and just turn the people whose faces were in the last one like to the other side, so you didn't see, but it still looked like it was just like playing Tetris with background actors. And then we also managed to not shut down once, and that was amazing because Zeppelin, I'm on an interview. Sorry.
No, show Zeppelin. We don't believe you.
He really likes to be in the interview and then out. He likes to go in and out the entire time. But we managed to not shut down at all, which was pretty great, having a lot of extras and many scenes. So that was a feat.
Yes.
Yeah, also like Cooper knows he's a good dancer. He wrote the line for Odea to say, I think you're a sexy dancer.
No, that was improvised. That was improvised.
I'm gonna put that in for myself.